Hi, how are you? We're back. Jen and Jules and Jen for another session. So we're just going to put our little mics on here first before we begin. Okay. So this is session number 4 of our mediumship development with Jules. So I'm going to ask Jules, I asked Jules to go home and to try to get some of her guides. And over time she did. She got different guides. So, well, now we just need to know who they are and how they place in your team, okay?
So, I already had 3 guides that, I mean, not like I was really doing a lot of work that I was working with them, but 3 that I would work with anyways. They were animals. And so I have Anka's the unicorn, Wally's the whale, and Mojave's the wolf. So these ones I'm very familiar with, and I do feel comfortable with them. In fact, I do look for them a lot if I have other spirits around me, because it just makes me feel comfortable. So it's funny because you were talking about like setting all this up, and I just, you know, I kept thinking that they were going to come forward and tell me what their role was. And then I went home and I was like, screw it. I'm just going to give them a friggin' job. You know, like I'm a Virgo. I can organize this. Yeah. And I just thought like, yeah, I mean, I didn't know that I was supposed to be the one giving them a job. But anyway. Okay. So with the 3 animals, the way I have it working is the wolf's at my back, and he's going to he's going to watch my back, but he's also going to keep all the other spirits away. Okay, so that means I shouldn't get bombarded if he does his job. And then Wally is always on my right, and so he's going to discern which spirits to bring forward. And then Anka is not only going to be my protection, well, they're all my protection actually, but Anka's going to be the one who, once I'm done with a spirit, we're going to release them and shut the door. So that's kind of like keeping it clean. And so that's 3, but then I did come up with a couple others. So I did do a meditation and go in and try to find my master guide, and it actually happened quite quickly that I wasn't even sure if it was really happening. But very, very tall, like I swear, 7 feet tall, really long fingers, long arms, a very small head, but no physical features were visible, and a long black robe. And his name is Roger. So he's going to assist me with the art of mediumship, with connecting, discerning, and communicating. And it was funny because he leaned down in front of me and he put his forehead against mine. And then I kind of felt him help me ground and connect. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. So
he's also your grounding guide as well.
Yes. And then I also remember recently working with Rodney. So Rodney's my healer guide. He's a gladiator, or he looks like gladiator to me because he's huge, like a giant. And because he's a healer, I thought, you know, he would probably be a really good spirit with assisting me in discerning how people have passed by helping me to feel it in my body. So Rodney's going to be helping me with knowing how people have passed. So he's going to help me connect. He's going to help me to know how people pass. And then this girl just came through, Serena. She's a child about 6 years old, blonde braids, and she said that she'll assist me with speaking with children. And then you asked me to find out if I had a guardian angel, and about a week later, I did a little meditation, and I had a woman come through. She felt like a divine mother, and she said her name was Emma.
Okay, so it sounds like Emma's your guardian angel.
So I have 7 of the 11 right now because I saw the number 11. And so I feel like in total I'll have 11, but right now I've uncovered 7 of them.
Yeah,
so
and it can take a long time for them all to come in. It's not going to come in, overnight. However, the main ones that wanted to come in have come in pretty quickly, which is fantastic.
Well, I did see one more.
Okay.
But I didn't mention it, so I saw Antoine.
Okay, and who's Antoine?
So Antoine's a friend of mine, and you said he was a guardian for me. So he actually wanted to be head of security. That's what he said, and I was like, I don't know.
Good. Yeah.
But you know what? I thought it's true because he is a familiar face for me. Yeah. And so anyways, I did want to ask you about something though.
Okay.
So it's like, I would say in the last month when I see this person or I think of this person, I keep seeing a lion. Like, what is, Does that mean anything that this person, like that I'm associating with their totem animal or anything like that? Or
you could be like a lion is strength, and honor and courage. And so to me, he's given you strength and honor and courage. So to me, he's handing that to you because, that's what you need right now, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you need courage to go forward and step ahead, and you're doing it. And you're doing it honorably and honestly. And so, to me, he's given you that, right?
I wondered that because I did look up what what the lion represents, and it's funny because I also did a yoga class that day, and it was the same thing. With the end, she's like, "It's about finding your lion, your inner lion." And I was like, maybe that's what I thought. Maybe it was helping me to stand in my power because it's the third chakra.
Yes, absolutely. And it's time. He's probably saying it's time you did take charge, and you're good at this, and you have to believe in yourself. And he's come through for a reason. Yeah.
Okay, so that's 8. So 8 of the 11. So we'll leave it with that because I should get to know these ones, or I'll forget who they are.
Yeah, yeah. So sometimes it took me a long time to remember them too, because they would come in and out when I first started, and I would write them down so I wouldn't forget them. But then, now I go. Anybody asks me who my guides are or my team are, I go, well, there's Grail, Isabel, Marguerite, Summer, Casey, Clancy, Sultan, Buster, Gemma, Kitties, Timothy, Joel, Joseph, Helen, Marcus, Murphy, Nana, Auntie Pauline, and Grant. So it's like...
But how do you know, do you call them through, or do you see them, do they come through? Like, if I'm doing a reading, am I going to say, hey, Roger, I need you to come through, or...
Yeah, you know what? You can do it however you want. When I do a reading, I sit in the power for an hour before the reading, and, I'm going in and out with them, and I bring their universal energy in, right? And then they decide, the gatekeeper and the person who lets the person, Joel, Joseph, they decide who's coming in. And I say, well, I'd like to have 5 people in here for... a podium demonstration or something, and so they will get the 5 people and let them in one at a time, and they'll describe who they are.
So you set that all up ahead of time. So I would say, hey, Rodney, I'm meeting with a woman, and if there are any spirits around her, I'm going to need to know how they pass. Can you tell me? Why are you laughing at me?
Because you can do it any way you want. But I say. Well, Grail's my master guide, so I don't say, hey, Grail, come here, I want to talk to you. And
I do talk to them like that.
It's like, you can talk to them however you want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I just have an expectation that they're going to be there when I start.
And they're going to do this job exactly.
They're going to do exactly what they want to do, right? Which is helping me to connect with spirit. That's their goal, to be of service with spirit. Okay, so when they're of service with spirit, they're connecting. So I've got their universal energy together coming through my auric field, and they're connecting. And they're still individuals, but they're one energy.
Got it.
So this will happen with you too. The one energy that they are is so powerful that they can't help but bring people in, right? And help you. So yeah.
I just hope I'm going to see it clear. I don't know.
You've got a good start. Actually, you have a fantastic start here. And so you need to sit in the power with them and just talk to them, right? Like, bring me something. So for your little girl who brings in people who have passed away, you need to talk to her and say, bring me somebody who's passed away. It doesn't have to be anybody who's connected with anyone. Just bring me a lovely child who's passed away so I can talk to them or talk with them. And she will. Okay. Same with my totem horse, Summer. She brings in children who have passed over because horses... people love horses, children love horses, and they're non-threatening, and so she'll bring in children on her back.
So this is common then for me to have a guide that will want to work with children?
Yes, and so she will bring children in hand with her hand, right? Hand in hand, she'll bring them in.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Because it sometimes people, even in spirit, sometimes people are shy and sometimes they need encouragement.